menu response is visible or not? Screen is visible or not?
Visible sir screen.
Okay.
కనపడుతుందమ్మా?
కనబడుతుంది.
So here 403 ఎవరు వచ్చారా? 17B8 1A0 403.
నో సార్ రాలేదు.
మరి చివర మనకు అది నెంబర్ కనపడుతోంది ఏంటి వితౌట్ ఆడియో? ఓకే 461 మహేష్.
ఆడియో కనెక్ట్ అవ్వకుండా జస్ట్ జాయిన్ అయ్యి వదిలేశారు సార్.
ఓన్లీ వీడియో చూస్తూ ఆడియో ఆపేసేసి.
ఇది చాలా మంది చూసా ఆడియో ఆపడం కూడా కాదు, అసలు కనెక్ట్ కాలేదు. నేను ఇతన్ని 2 to 3 times చూసాను ఇతని నెంబరు. సురేంద్ర గారు నోట్ చేసుకోండి. ఇది 403 461 489 489. Who is this? Please respond. ఎందుకని నీది వాయిస్ లో నీకు మాకు కనపట్లేదు? నీది
లేదు సార్, కరెక్ట్ అయ్యే ఉంది సార్ నాది.
489 పేరు
సుష్మా సార్.
కనపట్లేదు నీది. చెక్ చేస్తాను. ఓకే సుష్మా ఫైన్. 492 వాసు. 492 వాసు. Is he there? మాస్టర్ కొంచెం సురేంద్ర ఈ 492 నోట్ చేయండి. రైట్ సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి. సురేంద్ర నేను ఐ విల్ టేక్ కేర్ ఆఫ్. మీరు వర్క్ ఉంటే చూసుకోండి. జస్ట్ 5 minutes ముందు వచ్చి ప్లీజ్ క్లోజ్ ద రికార్డ్. ఫైన్. థ్యాంక్ యూ
సార్. కనెక్ట్ అయ్యాను సార్.
ఎవరు 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 మాట్లాడేది? ఎవరు మాట్లాడేది?
సార్ నేను సార్, మహేష్ సార్.
ఏమైపోయావు మరి? కనెక్ట్ కాలేదు నువ్వు?
వాయిస్ కరెంట్ పోల్ రాస్తున్నానని వాయిస్ ఆఫ్ చేశాను అంతే సార్.
కనపడుతోంది ఇప్పుడు స్క్రీన్ షేర్?
సార్ ఒకసారి సౌండ్ వినపడట్లేదు, ఒక్క నిమిషం సార్.
స్క్రీన్ షేర్ అవుతుందా? ఆర్ యు విజిబుల్?
స్క్రీన్ షేర్ అవుతుంది సార్.
మీరు వినాలి కదా మరి, పాట వినకుండా మీరు స్క్రీన్ షేర్ ఉపయోగం ఏంటి?
పోల్ రాశాను సార్. పోల్ రాసినందుకు వాయిస్ డిస్కనెక్ట్ చేశాను అంతే సార్.
గుడ్ 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 ఫైన్ ఫైన్. సో we already discussed that the signal degradation, particularly we have the dispersion is the main cause for that. So we discussed the dispersion in many ways. So when a real source emits a pulse of light into a dispersive glass fiber, so you know the initial pulse consists of a sum of pulses that are identical except their wavelengths, you know. So these several pulses travel at different velocities, reaching the end of the fiber. So that means at the receiver end. And with different time delays. So this causes some dispersion. Now these slightly displaced pulses adding together, so that means yielding the output that is lengthened or spread relative to the input signal. So these are all the problems. So we considered that the dispersion, and we classified, we came to know that that was classified into two. So intramodal and intermodal. The previous class we discussed about the intermodal dispersion. Particularly, I gave for this, I named this as a optical degradation, signal degradation 2. So for the better understanding, I added some of the slides here also, as in signal gradation, the previous class. So as usual, we have the electrical and bandwidth, and these are useful here. That's why I retained these slides. Okay, for this topic also. So you can see the spectral width. It is very, very important again. So because of this only, we are getting the spectral width only, we are getting the bandwidth and these all these constraints. So once again, if you see, dispersion also distort an analog signal, and already similarly to the digital signal. So, and also it cannot change the average power or modulation frequencies. So it is very important one, but it does lower the signal variation. So that is the point. The transmit information that may be contained in this variation, so attenuation is somewhat troublesome. Attenuation is somewhat troublesome. So we may think all these result as broadening the signal peak and filing in these value points, so lower values and matter. So these value points somewhere here, value points. So therefore, why all these are happened? So because of the material dispersion. So material. So what is the material here? Pure silica. Now, the refractive index for pure silica dioxide, so SiO2, this is used in optical fibers with the wavelength dependence. So now, here, so this modal dispersion, you can see on the presentation here, you can read out. So here, the multimode fibers leads to a considerable broadening of short optical pulses. The broadening occurs, that is nearly 10 nanoseconds per kilometer, and similarly, the geometrical optics dispersion. So broadening was attributed to different paths followed by different rays. So already just now I discussed that. So automatically what happened in this modal dispersion, we have a different mode indices, that is group velocities. So you know, already we discussed the group velocities. The group velocity is associated with the fundamental mode. It is frequency dependent because of chromatic aberration. So one more point here is chromatic. So chromatic means, you know, the light disperse. Simply, it is depend on the incident lights are bended according to your Snell's law. So the different colors are bent at different angles, you know. So because of the refractive index is different for each color. So automatically what happens for different colors, we have different refractive indices, and these are bent differently. So automatically this is nothing but dispersion, which we can do this experiment in your intermediate by dispersion by prism. So with the minimum deviation experiment, somebody, if you remember that, there is an experiment minimum deviation method. So dispersion. Then in intermediate, you might do that, or in the first year physics, I think there is a laboratory for on it. So for pure silica, the refractive index is close to 1.5. So automatically, the influence point is around 1.3 micrometers. So how we get that is, we will check the refractive index versus wavelength. So whenever the wavelength varies, refractive for the given refractive index, so wavelength is varying. Whereas how to find out the exact point means we can differentiate it. So first order, that is dn by d lambda with wavelength, we can find out. Similarly, d square n by d lambda with wavelength. So whenever there is a variation, then we can easily find out. Now, these are the expressions given here for your understanding, better understanding. We have VP. So VP means the phase velocity, have the relation y omega by beta. Please check it and note down it also. For the running notes, you can note down this. So similarly, you can mark this Vp is equal to omega by beta as equation 1 in your running notes. And already we have the relation, one more relation as velocity is equal to C by N1, because N1 is the refractive index of the core, and the refractive index of core, that means we are considering in the fiber core. So Vp is equal to C by N1. And also just now we discussed that the group velocity. So the group velocity, the waves are propagating. Therefore, Vg is equal to delta omega by the change. So entire frequencies, entire waves are propagating. So in a particular group velocity. So here one more point is beta is equal to is nothing but propagation constant n1 2 pi by lambda, and also it is given by n1 into omega by c. Whereas when we consider this as in the direction of propagation direction z, so what we get here, cos theta is a propagates only in z direction with unity. So that is theta is equal to 0 means cos theta 1. Therefore, beta is nothing but propagating in the propagation constant, that means the wave propagating along the axis. So in that case, it is only n1k, where k is the constant, phase shift constant. And with this, we can discuss still more. That is, so we have to find out the change in wavelength versus first order differential equation, first order mode and second order, both. That is d square n by d lambda. So finally, what we have to do is, we have to check the material dispersion. So material dispersion, that is for the particular material, refractive index is constant. Therefore, we have to find out the second order, that is d square n by d lambda square. So for that we did some small this one. You can see here Vg is equal to group velocity. In the previous one, d is equal to d omega by d beta. Now it is Vg is equal to, just we manipulate here, And after differentiating, we get Vz is equal to, so you can see here, finally, the fourth step, C by N1 minus lambda dN1 by d lambda. Now this entire N1 minus lambda dN by d lambda is nothing but Ng, where Ng is a parameter known as group index of the guided fiber. So here we can observe that N1 minus lambda dN by d lambda, that is N minus, and that means lambda of d1 minus d lambda, something is here subtracting means. So the group velocity will change. So that is the point here. Now with this, we can continue and we can find out the exact material dispersion. So anybody please respond. Are you audible here now? Pravalika, 34.
Yes, sir.
Are you following here? So
Yes,
here,
sir.
here dispersion. Please respond to me. Here dispersion. Here the modal dispersion we introduce here generally in the dispersion because of material. You know, so these are all some basic expressions I am given here. Vp is equal to so and so. So with this, what we did, so we find out the group velocity. Now the group velocity dispersion, GVT factor. So this model, in this model dispersion, we can see that Vz is equal to, generally velocity is equal to C by refractive index. Now Vg for a group velocity, you can see the fourth expression, C by N1 minus lambda dN1 by d lambda. So in the lower factor means what is the denominator? Denominator ఏంటి అక్కడ? Please respond.
N1 minus lambda dN1 by
Okay.
d lambda.
And what is actually the denominator means? The denominator is only refractive index
N1.
factor. Generally, that one is a refractive index factor. That's it. So that one is influencing. So N1 minus something. So that one is influencing. That means the group velocity is affected. So that is the point. So that is the point in the modal dispersion. Now with this we will continue that, particularly for a material dispersion, what happens for a material, how it will affect. So further we will differentiate it. Is it? So it occurs when the Vp of a plane wave propagation in different media. So I was given there. So clearly it will exhibit material dispersion when the second order differential of the refractive index with respect to wavelength is not equal to 0. That is the condition. So now, if it is not equal to 0, then we can find out the condition. So we will check d square n by d lambda square is not equal to 0. For that we take again Vz is equal to so and so. Already in the previous topic we have that expression. Now that can be plus spreading. So now just generally we have velocity is nothing but displacement by time. So here time is equal to displacement by velocity. Now we are getting per unit length 1 by c, and for a length, second expression, t is equal to L by c. That's it. So pulse broadening, we came to again come back to the pulse broadening. So pulse broadening time per unit length is given by that much, because we have the velocity relation. And for a complete length, for a link, so from transmitter to receiver end, total length is L. So now the RMS pulse broadening with material dispersion, now the material dispersion term came here, sigma m. In some textbooks, it was given as capital D. Don't confuse here. I know some of the students may follow some other books available in the JN2 as per the JN2 syllabus. No problem. You can follow the senior textbook. The senior, we are following sigma. Some other textbooks, they are following capital D, whatever it is. Don't confuse here. Sigma m. So from the equation, we go for the Taylor series about lambda. Then, so we have sigma m is equal to material dispersion is equal to sigma m of first order dou Tm by 2 lambda plus the second order. Now, neglecting the second order, we can conclude this. Neglect the second order higher order terms. Then we have only sigma m is equal to sigma lambda dou Tm by 2 lambda. So sigma m is the pulse spread with material dispersion. Sigma lambda is the without pulse spread. So of dou Tm by dou lambda. So initial one. We can check it. So for the ranges of 0.8 to 0.9 micrometers. Now, hence the pulse spread may be evaluated by considering time dependency. So tau m. So on lambda. Therefore, tau m is equal to, we consider again that expression L by C of n1 minus lambda dn1 by d lambda. So we differentiate it. Now dou Tm by dou lambda. So in the first expression here we have dou Tm by. For that we take this dou Tm by dou lambda is equal to so and so. The first term and last third term gets cancelled. What we get here? Dou Tm by dou lambda is equal to minus L lambda by dou square n1 by dou lambda square. So after substituting this expression in the lambda sigma m is equal to sigma m dou Tm by dou lambda. So we substitute here and we get sigma m is equal to sigma lambda L by C. So modulus of minus term, this is a modulus of sigma dou square n d square n1 by d lambda square. So it is the main question. You have to represent all these in your answer. So please learn these expressions. Okay, you have to present. Okay, now we write this the factor here m, material dispersion parameter. M can be defined as the pulse spread with length for a lambda. So pulse spread for a length with lambda. So for that m is equal to nothing but dou Tm by dou lambda. So dou Tm by dou lambda is the pulse spread for a length. So by L. So here you can see here clearly m is equal to dou Tm by, here you can see clearly see that dou Tm by dou lambda. So here dou Tm by L. So or we substitute dTm by d lambda value here and we get, so this one. The units are very important here. Pure silica per nanometer per km. Sometimes ikkada PS and rastaru, not picoseconds. It is pure silica for SiO2. So for pure silica, m is equal to lambda c of modulus lambda by lambda into dou square m by 2 lambda square. Now this is for a ordinary spread. When we consider the entire wave, so RMS pulse broadening in terms of m, sigma m is equal to so and so, and we consider this is the expression here, this one. Sigma m is equal to sigma lambda L into m. So pulse spread over a length, initial one, into capital M, where capital M is the metal dispersion. So it's very important one. You can check here now. So with this, metal dispersion is over. Once again, if we can check it, I will share these PPT with you. So metal dispersion, and modal dispersion, basic points. The considerable point is group velocity is equal to C by N1 minus lambda N1 minus dN1 by d lambda. That is very, very important point. And here it is said to be exhibit metal dispersion when the second order differential of the refractive index with respect to wavelengths is not equal to 0. So this is very, very important point here. That's why we take this. Okay. Now, just now I can go through this. Metal dispersion again. Substitute the values. Here I didn't give equation 1 and 2 like that. So you can do rough work. Easily you can learn these values very easily. Now coming to the chromatic dispersion. So here just now I explained that for the different colors of light we have different colors, different wavelength variations. So as the refractive index of a material is function of wavelength, that is light. So refractive index of silica is different for different frequencies of a wavelength. Now the optical transmitter transmit light over a band of lengths. You know that. Different spectral components of optical pulse have different transit time. So that is the point here. So different spectral components of optical pulse have different transit time. Now that can be shown here in the figure here. You can see. Now there is a reddish pulse, that is of wavelength. For a very basic explanation, it is. Mayorama, please. Who is this? Audio mute cheyandi amma evaru?
ఎవడో
448 Saundarya. 448 Saundarya.
Sir.
Mute cheyamma.
Sorry, sir.
See here, the reddish pulse, and here it is the bluish pulse. So this is very, very basic explanation. I took this just as a basic one. Let lambda naught will be called as a dispersion, zero dispersion wavelength, zero dispersion. So zero dispersion means just now in the previous slide I say that, explain that some d square n by d lambda square for a pure silica at 1300 nanometers we have a zero dispersion point. That is lambda naught for that particular wavelength is 1300. Similarly, some other wavelength for the given material, some other zero dispersion point is there. Some other zero dispersion point. For better understanding, you can see here, I will draw. Please check this. నేను ఇక్కడ చూపిస్తాను చూడండి ఒకసారి మీరు. You can see here ఇట్లా ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట. సో వేవ్ లెంగ్త్ లాంబ్డా versus refractive index. So all right, refractive index, only refractive index. So this is wavelength. So maybe some values. So continue 0.8 micrometers like that. We are up to say 1.6 micrometers. Ila vastundi wavelength. Now, actually these are the typical values. So it is some curve like this. And whenever the refractive index is say 1.2, 1.3 and 1.4 like that, 1.4, so 1.6. Whenever the refractive index vary, the wavelength for this bending is variation. So this is the variation here. Now the lambda naught somewhere it is the lambda naught. So lambda naught for the given value. So this is the lambda naught. So for here we are getting 1.45. Now the same thing is varying here for the n dash, where n dash means here the previous one is n value. So for when, so I do one thing, I retain here only n dash and n double dash. So with the different colors we can draw. Here this is n. For the red color we can see here, this is for n dash. N dash means, you know, n dash means d n by d lambda, dn by d lambda. Whereas for dn square by d lambda square, that is n double dash. So n double dash 0 is point is here, 0. This is the 0. 0 means n dash is 0 somewhere. We have that n dash is 0. So for 0, if you see here, it crosses the 0 point somewhere here. Ila crosses anamata. If you calculate and if you draw this, now this 0 point here is lambda naught. This is lambda naught for pure silica. All these graphs for pure silica. For pure silica, it is 1.3 micrometers. So what is the observing point here? For different refractive indices, we have different lambda naught. So we have to find out which material supports your wavelength with zero dispersion. That's the point. If you failed so, that is identifying the best zero dispersion wavelength, then the signal degradation is more. Otherwise, it is within the limits, permissible limits. That is the point here. Okay. Now, the three curves here for n, n dash, n double dash. For n, it is varying wildly, and for n dash, that is first order, some parabola shape, variation. So here is the some asymptotic curve. Fine. So with this, we can, I think it is easy to understand with this particular slide. You can see now for a different colors, reddish. The reddish, you can see here. From the figure, it is also clear that the wavelengths shorter than lambda naught. That is, lambda naught is the zero dispersion wavelength. Just we discussed the zero dispersion wavelength. The reddish pulses arrive before the bluish pulses. The second case, if you see the second case, okay, bluish pulses have slightly lower wavelength than the reddish pulses. So the case one, we have the operating wavelength lambda naught. Both the pulses arrive at the far end of the fiber at the same time. So this wavelength of lambda naught is called as zero dispersion wavelength. The second case, bluish pulse, slightly lower wavelength than the reddish. The third case, longer. So reverse matter. So bluish comes forward and reddish is lower. So what happens when the dispersion is zero dispersion wavelength is not there? There is a variation. That is the point. Now, therefore, see here, the material dispersion has a noticeable effect on the gradient index fiber bandwidth. So generally, material dispersion is minimum for the single mode, step index and single mode. Whereas in these problems are more in the gradient index fibers only. So one more point here, for the gradient index fiber, we can't, because of the self-focusing effect, all these problems are somewhat nullified in the most of the cases, but only when we are going with the high data rates and very high data rates and the link between the repeaters is very, very high, that is 100 kilometers like that, then only we have the problems. So, however, to get very quality receiving signals at the receiving end, we have to consider all the points here. Now, already explained that the chromatic dispersion is minimum in the wavelength around 1300 nanometers. So this is why the operation of light wave system is preferred around 1300 nanometers for LED. After that, this was shifted to 1.44, that is 1.55 micrometers after that. So however, the chromatic dispersion is also very, very important here. And dispersion and power penalty. So this is the additional point we have to discuss here. You know the bandwidth length product. You can see the graph here. Bandwidth length product in megahertz kilometer. Transfer function in dB. That is power. So 0 to minus 6 means in the lower value minus 6 means power loss is more. So 0 means no power loss. Whenever we go for high data rates, you can see the high data rates in the figure 1, first figure, 5 high data rates, bandwidth length product, the 1000 megahertz, 800 megahertz, and so on. So this is a transfer and bit rate for length. So this is 200 mega to 600 and 1200 megabits per second. So however, the added power is referred to as a dispersion power penalty. So PDP. So PDP is the dispersion power penalty. That means power loss. So we have to add up some more power to avoid the dispersion and the intersymbol interference. So these are all some values. Okay. Now the total dispersion, it is very, very important expression. So delta T, total time dispersion, suffix low capital T stands for total, is nothing but a square root of delta TIMD, intermodal dispersion, middle dispersion, and waveguide dispersion. These are the three factors. So one is the intermodal dispersion. So pulse spread due to intermodal. Pulse spread due to intramodal. In the intramodal, we have two. One is material dispersion, other one is the waveguide dispersion. So waveguide dispersion is nothing but a simple core cladding mismatching. Okay, and a slight stress and some strains happens in the core cladding manufacturing defects. This is nothing but waveguide dispersion. Okay, so you can see the graph here. In this particular figure, you can see the entire X, Y, Z, three pulses are moving on here, and the thick waveform A is the overall received pulse, and is the summation of all pulse components between the limits Y and Z, and the delta W represents the transferred pulse width, while the delta TR represents the width of the received pulse. So here it is the delta TR, total width of the received pulse. In that, entire your pulses should be accommodated. Therefore, delta TR is equal to delta DW plus delta TT, where delta TT is the total pulse width. Now, if your total pulse width is more, then the signal is degraded. That means it was encroached into the next pulse. So the delta tau T should be less. Otherwise, it will encroach into the second pulse. Fine. So this is the delta TT. So the delta TT should be minimum. So while, please, is it, I think it is a little bit faster. So delta TR is the race time. So here we can see, the delta TR is the pulse race time. Fine. So moreover, the pulses trails tend to spread beyond the average pulse limits. So from all these, it is evident that a safety factor of about 5 times on the received pulse width, delta TR, has to be allowed to obtain minimum desired error rates in the transmission. So this is nothing but an empirical concept, So after observing all different criterions, we considered that a safety factor about 5 times on the received pulse width. So BR is equal to 1 by 5 delta TT. So there is the BR is nothing but maximum bit rate. So that is one point here.
Sir, time. Sir, time అయిపోయింది.
క్లాస్ ఉందా ఇంకోటి?
లేదు సార్.
అయిపోయింది. Last 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. So similar to the delta and dn by d lambda, here we are the propagation constant d beta by d lambda. So that is given by wavelength dispersion d square beta by d square lambda. So it is important when we are concluding this, you can see here in this DM. So in some I took this from the Kaiser book, this particular figure. So DM means dispersion here also. Sigma m we are using. That's why I kept this particular figure as it is. I didn't change here. Waveguide dispersion delta sigma W. Sigma m means here. Sigma m means material dispersion. Sigma W means waveguide dispersion. So here we use the same notation here, but in the figure, some textbooks I already explained that they use D, capital D. So don't confuse here. To avoid that only, I kept this figure as it is. So you can see the variation, wavelength versus the dispersion. So dispersion limits is PS. Here PS means pure silica per kilometer per nanometer, pure silica. So you can see here. So lambda zero dispersion. Lambda zero dispersion is observed at around 13 nanometers. That is the very point here. 13 nanometers. So waveguide dispersion value. So these dots are waveguide dispersion. So this is the waveguide dispersion, and somewhere here, I don't know what is there. Here you can see. So this is the zero dispersion. Fine. So with this, you can conclude that. You can check it here. The effect of dispersion on the bitrate B can be estimated by using criterion B delta T less than 1. And this is the relation here. Shifting, already explained that, shifting. So total dispersion is given by sigma is equal to sigma m plus sigma mw. And these are some, so these are higher order dispersions. Actually, these are the additional topics. Additional topic here, I included here also, the higher order dispersion. We neglected, in the material dispersion, we neglected d square term. So, but if you consider the higher order dispersion, then the standard one and dispersion and the higher order, you can see here the relation. Similarly, one more point here, polarization dispersion. So the polarization dispersion means we have some light, the polarization, one-sidedness of the light in wave is nothing but polarization. So similarly here also the polarization come into picture. So because of this, orthogonally polarized components of the fundamental fiber observed, and it is the input pulse exits both polarization components. It becomes border as a two component dispersion along the fiber because of their different group velocities. So polarization have different group velocities. So this is called as PMD, polarization mode dispersion, and we have the relation here. So with this we can conclude this topic. Now for the last week and before last week also, last 3-4 classes, we are discussing the attenuation, dispersion, scattering, and so many topics we discussed. So with this I conclude this topic. In the next class we will go for the next unit. So connectors unit. For the first and second units, I already giving the assignment on the attenuation. So now the second assignment, you can take the dispersion. So take the dispersion as the assignment and complete it. So in the dispersion, you do one thing. So what is dispersion? Classify them and provide the information rate. So that is one question. Again, I am repeating that. Please note down. I think you are noting down it. The assignment. What is dispersion? Classify it and provide the information related to information rate. So the first question తీసుకోండి. Second unit lo dispersion ki. Second question. What is intermodal dispersion? And provide the time dispersion, time delay relation. మూడో క్వశ్చన్ వచ్చేసేసి ఇంట్రామోడల్ డిస్పర్షన్, and explain the material dispersion and also derive the relation between sigma m and wavelength. So these are the 3 questions. So I expect that 3 questions completed within 2 days. So already I requested the students to provide the assignment for the first assignment on attenuations. So please record with you and share with me whenever I ask you. Okay, thank you. 1 minute. మాస్టర్ సురేంద్ర గారు ఉన్నారా?
ఉన్నాను సార్.
ప్లీజ్ క్లోజ్ చేయండి ఇది.
రికార్డ్ అవుతుందండి.
ఒకసారి రికార్డ్ ఆఫ్ చేసేయండి.